So the plan is, as I'm sure you're already aware, that we leave in the spring of 2017. We are leaving from the United Kingdom, from southeast England, so that's where we kick off. So the plan is to leave England. The obvious way is either on Eurotunnel, which is sort of a train that goes under the sea, or via boat into France. So that's the obvious choice, because other than that you're only going into Scandinavia or places like that, and that's very difficult crossings to do. So as British citizens, we're blessed with having the sort of free right to roam, so all across Europe. So we're going to start by coming through into France. We travelled quite extensively through sort of Central Europe, Italy and the like, France and Spain in the past. So we're going to head out into Eastern Europe, which is somewhere which is new for all of us, really. So the plan is to do that, head out, roughly speaking, to Poland, and then start taking a tack which takes us south. So we figured that's going to take approximately until June 2017, where we come and reach Bulgaria, which is just here. And then after that, we'll start rolling into some of the more complicated sort of points. So we're going to cross Turkey, but I'm sure, as you're well aware from the current political climate, that there's issues with Syria and the borders, etc. So we're going to cross Turkey through the north, so coming in through Istanbul, following around the Black Sea, and then take a slightly southern tip and enter Iran. So we think that that's going to take us up until August to get out of Turkey, which is going to be sort of the height of summer, and then we enter Iran. So Iran at the moment is a difficult place. They've lifted sanctions sort of a fortnight ago, which is good. We still have to have a guide with us, so that's something that we need to fix. We're hoping that's going to be dropped. That just makes life a little bit easier. So we come down here into central Iran. This is where the going starts getting a little harder. So ideally we wanted to head out this way into Southeast Asia. So the problems come that the Pakistani border here is shut with India. So that poses a problem with going through there. I'm going to redline Pakistan here, because to cross Pakistan, as far as I'm aware at the moment, we need to have an armed guard. That's an expense and isn't really going to add much to our trip. Afghanistan is out for travel for us for obvious reasons. So as you can see, we're starting to get this area quite large here. If we did decide to go through Pakistan, through Pakistan, we can cross India, that's fine. Once we get to Bangladesh, there's a closed-ish border with Burma, and the Burmese government make us have to travel with guides again. Very expensive. We haven't bottomed that out because we know it's difficult and a lot of people travel in convoy for that. So we decided to come out of Iran and come up north into Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and then Kyrgyzstan. So what a lot of the other travellers will do at this point is they'll take the opportunity to travel through China and come out over here in Laos. So a lot of people travel over this way. For us, that's a little cost prohibited. It's going to cost about £5,000, Great British pounds, for us to do that. It's just not something that we can afford to do. So we think that we're going to be coming into Kyrgyzstan over here by about October, which means it's starting to head into winter. From there, the plan is to continue up through Kazakhstan, cross this little bit of no man's land and into Mongolia. Now, one of the things that we've always wanted to do in Mongolia is the Gobi Desert. So the Gobi Desert's down here. So the plan is to start crossing Mongolia this way, up here. So by this time we're now deep into December. Temperatures are going to be down as low as -34, so we're having to make some special preparations for that, but nothing that makes it not achievable. So from from Mongolia, we travel around China, through Russia. So we've got a 30-day visa that we can get in Russia, which is great. We travel around to Vladivostok. This is quite a popular place for shipping, and that's what takes us there. So all in all, we think that we'll be out of ready to ship out of Vladivostok for January 2018. So just short of a year to cross there. So the plan from there is to ship out of Vladivostok with the 2 vehicles in a container ship, and that brings us all the way around and up into Anchorage. This is where our times get opened up a little bit, because we're blessed now with being able to have quite extensive visas. So Alaska being part of the US territory, we can have a 6-month visa there. We can have a 6-month visa in Canada, and then a 6-month visa in the United States. So we can travel quite freely through Alaska. A route through Canada is still to be decided, but for now let's say that we're following down through the Rockies. And then the same again with the United States, whether we decide to go east, west, or straight through the middle. So that's great, that takes us down to there. So this could be anywhere up to 12 months, 18 months through there. We then continue with our travels down through Mexico, Nicaragua, all the way through down to Panama. So interestingly, there's no road which travels from Colombia and Panama. There's the no man's land, which is sort of bandit country, big with drug dealers and everything else. So it's really advised not to go there. So we have to ship. So we can ship from Panama into Colombia, which is awesome. So when we went through Mongolia here, we went through a position, and there's an antipole to that position, which sits all the way down here in Chile. So to make a true circumnavigation, we need to cross 2 antipoles and cross the equator twice. The equator being down here, you can see that we've met our antipole and then we cross the equator. So for the true circumnavigation, we need to meet this antipole down here. So the plan is to travel through South America, Bolivia, Paraguay, Argentina to the antipole, let's say crossing the equator, and then back up the east coast of Argentina, Uruguay and Brazil. So we're going to ship out from around here into Southern Africa. Exact shipping port is still TBC, depending on prices, availability, etc. So we can ship out across the South Atlantic Ocean back into Africa. Incidentally, the original shipping route was going to be about 4 to 6 weeks, which is, for me, surprisingly quick, sometimes as short as 3. This will be the same. So South Africa, we plan on sort of coming up through Botswana, Angola, and then following up through the western coast of Africa, being the Congo, Cameroon, Nigeria, all the way around Senegal to Mauritania, can't even say, Sahara, and into the Morocco. So then from there we cross over back into mainland Europe, and then it's quite a clear run for us back through Spain, France, and then back to the UK. The other shipping options that we did miss out to do, Southeast Asia, was from Iran. We could ship from Iran, could ship from Iran back through to Mumbai, which is an alternative route should we decide that we don't want to go up through the Northern Hemisphere. And then that gives us India and back to Mumbai and then Southeast Asia, but that's not really on the cards at the moment. I think at the moment, that's everything.